the chief, for whatever reason, during the discussion about investigating this fire, he kept saying that, you know, the one back here is black, right? He's an older black man. You know he's black. He might have said that like 4 times. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm sitting here talking to you about an investigation for arson, and you keep telling me that the guy in the back of me is black. Okay, today we are working on phase 2 concerning the deer fence. Now, as you know, Dad built that fence that's behind us, and he added the deer netting and the bird netting. And now this one is the one that I'm designing. Well, Dad is doing the bulk of the work because he's not going to let me do much of anything sometimes. So Dad is back there in the back. But we're adding another, I would say 50 feet. So we're actually making this growing area a 100 by 100. And that's what I stated in one of the other videos. So my job today is, while Dad is doing the fence rolls and he's making the fence, my job today is to work to get the fence electrified. So that's what I'm working on right now. I don't know if you've ever used these snap-on things, but they're real easy to use. So what I'm going to do is put 2 of these on each 10-foot post. And this is to help keep the deer out of our growing area, and also those dogs and everything else. We just got to electrify this particular fence because it's too much going on this property. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. And I want to let you guys know that we are still moving forward. I know there's a lot of people that's like, oh, stress. You know, who doesn't encounter stress? You encounter stress on some of these jobs. You know, at least we're in a position where we're doing something that we love. Regardless of the adversity, we're still going to move forward, and we just refuse to let anybody stop us, you know. I don't know why Dad and I are built like that, but that's, you know, not everybody can fight the good fight. You know, there's some people that weren't designed for this, but Dad and I are. So, you know, we're still going to move forward no matter what. And that's that, you know. So all the people say give up, sell your land. I'm surprised there's even some people that look like me that's saying that. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, so like I said, we're doing a second phase to the growing area, and it's coming along pretty nice. Dad is doing the fence installation, and I'm working on electrifying it. Because I learned a few things now about how to run the electricity by visiting a couple of farms. That's why I always tell you it's so good to visit other farms to see what works and what's successful, and how you can apply that to your own homestead or garden or your own farm site. So I'm so glad that I learned this technique, and I'll show you what I did to electrify the fence. So, Dad, you need some help? Rubber bands? Those red things on the ground right there? Hold on. So Dad already got 50 feet done. And now Dad is working on 100 feet right now.
Yep, 100 feet.
One day at a time, right, Dad?
Yeah, one day at a time. That's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do. We're gonna grow some great things. This is what Dad is using to stretch the fence. We got this stick from one of our classes at...
Yeah, I'm doing the fast way. The right way and fast way, and My intervention on.
This is the way Dad had designed in order to stretch the fit. It's working so far too, Dad.
Tighten up real good.
Tighten up really, real
all
good.
That long process.
Yeah, a long process. I think the USDA will be impressed that we're using their stick for something creative. As you remember, for the other one, Dad used this in order to tighten the bird fence over there, the bird deer fence over there. But for this one, he's using a different technique. So, got my clips and I got my step stool. Let's get started. Got it done. 3 done and several more to do. Dad is making things happen. He did 150 feet so far. It's coming together, y'all, slowly but surely, one day at a time. So I'm adding 2 per 10-foot T-post. Adding 1 at the top and 1 right here in the middle. Okay, we've been out here for a little bit. It's almost what, 3 o'clock? How many hours you been out here, Dad?
I think around about 3 hours. Ain't it? What time is it?
Dad, it's almost 3 o'clock.
Let me finish it up and then we'll be.
Dad'll work. But let me show you what we've done for today. So we're almost there. It's coming along. We got a little bit more to do before we call it quits for today. And we'll start back up tomorrow. So we're back here having to paint some more of the trees with purple. So you'll see. And Dad is right now taking the string and reestablishing the property line, because the original string that was here was burnt up in the fire. So we're reconnecting it again. Remember, that's the marker right here. And this is the, look at this.
This is the marker to the property right here. See right here?
Yeah. And over here is where they established another post for whatever reason. And this fence is kind of like old and falling apart. And we're trying to get our fence up and our property properly fenced in. Look at all the barbed wire, how this looks right here. We're trying to not have this. So we're reestablishing the string to show where our property is located and to let them know that we're serious about our property line. As you remember, we got the property surveyed twice. So, you know, we're just trying to do our thing to establish our property line and to put up fencing so that we can have our livestock. We hadn't seen the neighbor, hadn't heard from the person. The sheriff, not the sheriff, but the chief, for whatever reason, during the discussion about investigating this fire, he kept saying that, you know, the one back here is black, right? He's an older black man. You know he's black. He might have said that like 4 times. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm sitting here talking to you about an investigation for arson, and you keep telling me that the guy in the back of me is black. I've never seen him before. All I've seen is white men back here, but I just don't understand the relevance of him bringing it up. He might have said it and thrown it out there like 4 times. And it was just kind of random. It was odd. So, anyway, that's what we're dealing with. And I'm like y'all said, I'm lucky to have my dad here because he's really helping out a bunch. And we got some more signs around here. Got my drill. I'm gonna spray some more stuff so that we can clearly let people know that they need to respect our personal space, like respect our property. And we're going to do everything we can. We're not giving up. We're not selling. Not doing any of that. I don't care what people say. I'm not selling my property. And my son, he's very much like how I am. You know, he doesn't have like that fear like that. Granddad doesn't either. And we're not, you know, just not those type of people that you can just try to harm all the time and do things to disrupt our lives. We're not the type of people that's going to tolerate it. So my son, he knows this is his property and nobody's going to take it from him. So yeah, my son's like close to 30 and he don't play. The men in my family are tough, so I don't care. We're going to do what we got to do. I mean, people say I'm tough, or some people say I'm very mild-mannered and I'm not kicking their butts enough, but you know what? Everything works out. I'm telling you. We'll outlive them all. Watch. And we're going to keep pressing forward. Look at all these orange butterflies everywhere. I mean, so many of them. It's really odd. But we're walking back here to spray more of the trees. Let them know, don't come over here. What we're doing right now is putting up the fence after spraying all the trees in the back with paint. So we sprayed all the trees in the back with paint, the purple paint, and we also put up 3 of the no trespassing signs. Well, posted keep out yellow signs. And now we're back trying to finish up the fence. Dad is down that end and I'm down this end, as you can see. And we're just trying to get it in, you know, trying to continue to work, stay busy, stay positive, and be successful. So it's important for us to keep moving, keep building, and do what we can to continue working. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about perseverance, staying prayed up. And everyone that recommended that we do Psalms 91, we did that all over this property. So we know that we're going to be protected. But yeah, so we're working on the fence again today. And we just have to put up 100 on one side and 50 on the other. I already have up all of the yellow plastic to help with the electric fencing. So it's done all the way around. And that's the last step after we get this fence up.